All right, got another summertime ride ready for you. 72 Buick Lesabre convertible. Stay tuned. Like I said, we'll go ahead and get her on the rack, take her on the test drive, take you all around her. Get into it. So you see, like I said, 72 Buick Lesabre, convertible top, gorgeous interior. Already sitting on a set of 20-inch gold and chrome wire wheels with the Vogue tires, of course. Getting around it, starting with the paint, you can kind of tell it is finished in a kind of like a root beer brown. You could tell that's what they were going for. But in certain lights, I don't even know if the camera's going to pick it up. It's got a holographic look to it. So from decent far back, it does just look like it's a brown car. But once the sun hits it, again, you can see the hologram reflect. I think that kind of shows it right there. But like I said, it's a pretty cool color. Personally, I think that, you know, whoever gets it, you'll probably end up having to repaint it at some point in time, or you know, do some touch up. But like I said, we'll go around the car. Coming down the side, the body appears to be pretty straight, no crazy dents or anything to point out. Got a couple of little scratches and chips around the car. Looking down the side, the body does appear to be pretty straight. Again, no crazy dents or anything like that. Looking at the trunk is going to show you what I was saying about the paint. It just wasn't a super good paint job in my my personal opinion. Either there wasn't enough clear put on, or they tried to wet sand and just did a horrible job. Not really sure. Looking at the trunk, tail lights are good. They were just supposed to be. Chrome is pretty solid. It could probably use a nice polish, but there's no dents or anything, nothing that shows any accidents. Coming down this side, again, the body does appear to be straight. There's no big dents or waves or anything for me to point out, just a few imperfections in the paint. Top is in excellent condition. It is black. I'll show it later in the video. It's got a glass back. Windshield is solid. We don't have any cracks. There are a few little rock chips, which, you know, can kind of be expected when you're dealing with 50-year-old glass, original glass, but it's still in pretty good shape though. Coming around the front, chrome is still intact around the tail lights. Grille is in good condition. Excuse me. And the bumper is pretty solid. Hood is straight, no crazy dents or anything. This is what I was kind of talking about with the wet sanding marks, it looks like. Give me a moment. Let me go ahead and get the keys and then get the trunk opened as well. Let's do the trunk first. Of course, 2 keys, and I guess the wrong one. Trunk is clean. You can tell that they had sounds in here before. But the pans and everything are beautiful. No surface rust. It had sounds. I don't know if... Probably did take out some type of mats off the deck lid. I mean, off the top of the trunk, but... No carpet or anything. This thing had to have been rattling. But they left the wires for it, so that's cool. Let me see if I can get the trunk open with one hand. Alright, so I had to pause the video because we got to get a hood prop because you got to hold the hood up. Otherwise, it's relatively clean underneath as far as rust is concerned. Power brakes, power steering, AC does work, and it's a 350 car. So... let's go ahead and look inside. Yeah, that thing definitely heavy. All right, so as you can tell, the interior is really the shining point of this car. This is a brand new interior that's been redone. Beautiful color. I don't know if you call it like a cognac color, but it's beautiful. Stitching is good on the panels and the seats. We have no rips, no tears, no stains, of course, nothing like that. Carpet is brand new, black, looks great. And back of the seats. Looking at the driver's side door panel, matches the seats. You got power windows, they do work. And jams are good, painted. Driver's seat, no rips or tears, stains. Like I said, it's perfect condition. You could tell it was literally just redone. And visors match as well, which a lot of times people end up leaving that out, so that's kind of dope. And then they even did the dash too, and they did a good job on the dash. You can tell by how thick the padding is on there, and it looks beautiful. No cracks, no rips in the seams or anything like that. Like I said, the interior, definitely my favorite part of this car. Coming around to the passenger side. So the passenger door panel, exact same thing as the driver's. It's in excellent condition, of course, with everything being new. But like I said, they did a really good job. So stay tuned, we'll go ahead and take her on the test drive. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started in the test drive on the 72 Lesabre. Looks like mileage reads 98,085. I'm sure the fuel gauge is not working because we put 40 in and it's still showing empty. AC does blow. Oh, that's crazy. Hold on, let me turn this off. Oh. So I'm guessing whenever they did the dash, somehow they must have did something with the wiring. When I turn the lights on, everything comes on. The gauge, the fuel gauge shot up. Which, like I said, I'm pretty sure we did fill it up. Gauge is below, we got oil pressure, we got volts. We'll see if the temperature comes up. Clock does not appear to be working. Oh, I done pulled the knob off. There we go. Radio does not work. It's interesting because I wonder where did they have the custom radio at for the sounds in the back. Wipers work. Turn off the lights. No horn. All right, wipers off. Left turn signal. No. Let me try this. Nope, I turned the lights on just to make sure. Hey, are the turn signals working in the front? Turn signals? All right, we'll get that checked. All right, let's go ahead, take her on the drive. Man, the throttle pedal is a little bit stiff. I ain't want to hit it too hard and it just pull off, but make sure the brakes good. Yeah, brakes are solid. I'm gonna let this car go by first before we turn out. Man, I just keep looking at this interior. Like, I just like the color and I like how they designed it. Motor sounds good. Speedometer is coming up. It's got me doing about 20-25, which seems about accurate. I can tell right now when they put this aftermarket steering wheel on, it is not clocked right. And I'll show you once we get around this corner. Brakes are solid for sure. So as you can see, this is what I was talking about. I'm straight, got the wheel turned straight. That's where she's cocked. Let me get straight. She's actually tracking straight with the wheels on. So alignment seems to be good. And like I said, the brakes are solid, barely getting into them, and she was slowing down. Something in the dash is I'm sorry, not the dash, the glove box is moving. I have to check that because I can hear it when I'm hitting bumps and stuff. This gas pedal, this boy is super stiff. I keep feeling like I'm gonna jam into it and take off, and it's barely even moving. She's driving good, suspension wise. I'm not bouncing all over the road. As you can see by the wheel, she's tracking straight without me putting too much pressure on there. So steering is pretty firm. Get on the brakes a little bit here. Brakes are extra firm, so that's me kind of jamming on it just a little bit, and they're good. Definitely solid car, just like all the other big slabs, like the Deltas, Deuce and a Quarters. Like they just glide. This one with the 350 sounds a little bit like maybe some exhaust work might have been done at some point in time. I have to check once we get it on the rack. But like I said, she sounds good. She's shifting super smooth. There's our deep dip. Wheels didn't scrub, which I wouldn't expect it to with the 20s anyway. So stay tuned. Like I said, we'll go ahead, we'll get her on the rack, check out underneath. So we got the 72 up on the rack. Looking underneath it again, looking at this rear bumper, it's in pretty decent shape. Looking at the frame extension, the gas tank, and the trunk pans, it's really clean under here. I don't know if this is original coating or if somebody had coated it before, but you could tell, like I said, it's super clean. We don't have any surface rust. Obviously just came off the test drive. There's no leaks or anything from the gas tank. I kind of figured that the exhaust had to have been done just the way that it sounded. So it's just a single exhaust coming out, stainless steel. Stock suspension in the back. We got drums. Actually, must have had some wheels on it because trailing arms were swapped out. Borderline box, not all the way. And we got adjustable uppers. So probably had big wheels on here. Looking at the floor pans are in great shape, and the frame as well. We don't have any rust spots, any soft spots, or any type of patchwork. Moving through, still solid. Just came off the test drive, no leaks or anything from the oil pan, trans pan, or the rear diff. Obviously we were in the back. Looks like she's got a new starter on there, or newer, shall I say. We got disc brakes up in the front. Nothing's been changed on the suspension. It looks like they tried to clean up the sway bar. Maybe it was a newer one put on because we got different bushings, but cleaned up the sway bar. That is actually a newer center link pitman arm, and the idler arm looks like they're new as well. So a couple little updates done. No leaks from the AC or from the radiator. Front bumper has a little tiny bit of rust scratches underneath, probably from scraping something. Nothing to be worried about. Moving along the passenger side. A little bit of a paint chip there. The wheels are brand new, so nothing to worry about here. New tires and everything. I said these were 20s. They're actually 22s. 265 35, so 22-inch goes all the way around. Looking underneath, again, the body is straight. Wheels are good. Rear quarter panel. Coming down the driver's side. Rear quarter panel solid.
Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it.
And pretty clean all the way through. So she's solid. All right, so if you're interested in this 72 LeSabre, make sure you give us a call, 256-801-4409. Check us out at Rolling Museums on the website and Instagram. As always, we appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe below.